Hey everybody, welcome to the Living Life Trauma Free podcast. This is a plug for my own business today. I'm going to be launching the Trauma Recovery Method Practitioner's Certification in January of next year, 2022. I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight and knowledge around the training and some of the criteria it is that you will need to be able to qualify for the certification. Okay, so this is a long time in the making. I have historically worked with people one-to-one in an intensive setting, working on business and deeply personal issues. I work with young people at risk for over 20 years in social services, multiple layers of trauma, as you can imagine. Also the author of the book, Be More Wolf, a survivor's story, breaking the trauma cycle. So it was about time, I thought, that actually I sat down and brought the certification together to really empower you as a practitioner, or if you're thinking of starting a business, to really step into and embrace learning some of the skills that will help you to help your clients move past those emotional blocks that have been keeping them stuck for way too long. When I was working as a business coach, one of the things that really fascinated me and why I wanted to get under the skin of it was that a lot of women would sabotage their success, and I could not for the life of me figure out what was going on. I later discovered that it was always trauma. There was always a deep emotional scar or trauma that had been holding them back. I, at the time, just didn't know how to work with them to get past those emotional blocks. Hence one of the reasons why I wrote the book, so I could learn, explore, develop how to help people get past those emotional blocks it is that they have that show up in their lives. So the program itself is really intense. You'd expect it to be, wouldn't you? And I promise you, if you put the work in, you will not come out the same way that you came in, because I have designed the practitioner qualification as a lived experience for yourself as well. Because obviously when it's time to submit your information to be qualified to get the certificate, we're going to want to know that you have also been able to put yourself through the trauma recovery method process. So you know instinctively how it works, rather than it being a piece of theory that you learn and it doesn't connect or really mean very much to you. This isn't how I like to do things. So let's do this quickly. But first, what I want to say is that the quest for you is really to reach as many lives, touch as many lives as possible. People who have deep emotional scars or have experienced trauma and are struggling to break free from that pattern of self-sabotaging behavior that has kept them stuck for so long. So it's to really work with as many one-to-one clients or in group settings, but for the qualification, it will be one-to-one clients, to help them to recover and start their healing journey. Okay, so that's the quest for you, is to touch and transform as many lives as you possibly can. Just imagine what that would be like if you could create that butterfly effect whereby you help one person, that then helps the other people in the family, helps the other people at work, helps the people at work, that gets passed on to their families, and it just continues and continues and continues. We should never ever underplay the significant transformation we can help clients make and the impact that has on other people around them. I know we don't see it because we don't see the wider picture, but it definitely does happen. Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about the practitioner course certification training and the core criteria. So we're going to start off with 6 boot camps where you're going to learn the methodology. You're going to go through, learn it, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 other calls. So that's 10 weeks altogether. We're going to do 4 other calls, which are implementation calls. So once you've done the theory, it's then about actually applying it to yourself, then also finding 2 practice clients that you can use as case studies. And I like these implementation calls because I can come in and I can direct you how to find the clients, ask any questions, answer any questions that you're not sure about in terms of the methodology. And we can really make it really personal because of the laser coaching that goes on and mentoring that goes on within that conversation. You're also going to have access to be able to download downloadables. So all of the forms, all of the worksheets that are relevant for your clients, you'll be able to get access to, so you don't have to recreate them. You can just put your own personal branding on the documents and use them for yourself. You're also going to have access to on-demand support, which I called accountability sessions. So really that support runs alongside the theoretical training and the laser coaching. So we have those, that's 1 session a week, and then another session a week is called Get It Sorted, whereby if you've got any technical issues, you're not sure about how to market to bring the people in to get those 2 practice clients, we can answer those questions for you. So again, you've got the theoretical and you've got the practical together in 1 week. Also, I have brought in peer support, not just peer support, but peer group coaching. So I will be there to support you if you have any tricky situations that come up, or you want to get advice from other people who are doing the certification as well. So I have layered it 2 ways. One is the theory, and then the other is to give you as much support as you need to keep you on track, to keep you motivated, to answer any difficult questions it is that you have. So we can support you as much as possible on this journey. So it relieves some of the stress around bringing your certification criteria together. So let's quickly talk about that. So, of course, we would expect you to have also gone through the journey yourself. So you will need to evidence on worksheets the process it is that you have been through. So we can then receive that and go through it and see what transformation it is that you have had. So evidence-based. You'll also have 2 practice clients it is that you'll be working with, and you will submit just 2 case studies of those clients. Of course, confidentiality will be spoken to with them. You know, you'll be making them aware that this is for a qualification, and you will have their consent, of course, to share that information with somebody within a business. But that remains within our network, our business, not anywhere else. Also, there will be a test in terms of the trauma recovery methodology. So you'll need to answer some questions to make sure that you have done the work, that you have done the study. And also, finally, your own summary of your experience of how you have used the tools to transform your own life and to make a difference. Really important. So this is theory and practical come together with a lot of support to help you through that process, to hold the container for you, because this is what we would expect you to do with your clients, is to hold that container for them. This isn't about traditional therapy, because I'm not a qualified therapist, psychotherapist, psychologist. This is really about creating a safe space, a safe container. It doesn't work along the same parameters of just receiving therapeutic input once a week. It's more of a holistic, down-to-earth approach, which is why I call it mentoring as well, because it's about that balance of conversation. This isn't a pure coaching dynamic. It's much more about using the coaching skills, inquisitive, pull out, not literally pull out, but you know, so you can get a fresher, help your clients get a fresher perspective about situations. But also the mentoring is where you can interject and have a conversation rather than the pure coaching. You know, the answers are always within the client's scenario. To some respects, yes, and in other respects, no. Okay. So if you are interested, if that's piqued your interest at all, please do get in touch. Leave me a message in the chat box below. That would be absolutely awesome. You can email me at traumarecoverymethod@gmail.com. Just let me know what your thoughts are. We kick off January 2020. I'm so excited. Yeah, we kick off January 2020. I am on a mission to get as many people, to help empower as many people as possible to gain their certification over 2022. So we can just come together and make a massive impact in the world to help people really transform the situations that is that they find themselves in. It's been a tough couple of years for everybody. Now is absolutely time to put trauma recovery and healing on the top of people's agendas. It is needed now more than ever. Okay, till next time, gorgeous. I will see you in a couple of days when I do a video which is not me talking about myself. Until next time.